Now, boys, what's going on? This is Yorkie here, and welcome back to another episode of this FIFA 22 Salford City Road to Glory. And today, we have a huge episode. We're going to finish season number 4. We're going to finish it. We're going to see if we're going to be in the playoffs, which I'm hoping the answer is going to be yes. We've got this month of games and then 2 on top. So I don't see any point in splitting them into 2 episodes. We're going to get it all done in this episode. And there's some winnable games there. The Fulham match is going to be extremely difficult though. But there are plenty of winnable games in this run. So I am expecting the playoffs. Whether we get through the playoffs or not is a different story. We've been struggling with the gameplay a little bit recently since patches. And I don't know. There's a toss of a coin at the minute. I'm 50-50 on whether we go back to Legendary and fiddle with the sliders or whether we stay on Ultimate. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do with that. We're just going to play the game and see what happens. Again, it's been a few days since I've been able to sit down and record an episode of this. As you imagine, I'm a chef. The weekends are very, very busy. And in fact, my Monday and Tuesday has been ridiculous as well. I did a 14-hour shift yesterday on Tuesday. But we are here now to record this video. We have our caffeinated beverage and we're ready to go. But before we get into the games and hopefully a free win episode, if you're new around here, smash that subscribe button. I appreciate all the support and kind comments you guys have been giving me and just how decent you've been with the fact that I can't put out content non-stop. I'm getting a little bit more used to the routine. Like, I have 2 days off in a row now, so it'll be way easier. Until this week, I actually hadn't had 2 days off in a row, so it made life far more difficult. So the first game of the episode is going to be against Barnsley. The good news actually is that Brannigan is slowly coming back from his injury. He's on the bench for this one, so we should have him for the playoffs. Although Galloway and Pro have been unbelievable this season. Like, Galloway has really stepped up this season, 75 rated. We are going to sim this one though to kick it off, and hopefully it'll be a victory for Salford City. And it is Doyle and Young with the goals. I mentioned it in the last episode. I just don't know how we don't sign Brad Young if we get promoted. Even maybe try and get him on loan again for 1 more season or something, because the Premiership is going to be difficult. That did get pointed out in the comments section, and I completely understand that. And we are having a very, very good season this year. We really are. The team has come together and they've been brilliant. But if we have a rough season in the Premiership, we get relegated from the Premiership. It just is what it is. That's how this series will go. What happens, happens. And if we have that 1 season in the Premiership where it doesn't go so well and we have a really rough season and get relegated, it does not matter because we will use the money that we get from the Premiership to build a squad that will hopefully have the foundations that we need. Next up then is going to be 9th place Nottingham Forest, and we're actually going to play this one. We're going to play this game. I think we need to try and pull this one out of the bag, get another victory, because we are still currently only in 4th place, and Sheffield United are gaining ground. This is going to be the starting 11. It's a very strong one. Elliott List next to Brad Young, because Ricky J. Jones has gone off the boil. Mentioned it. He's gone off the boil, so this is what we're going to go with. Lado in behind them. Galloway and Pro in the centre of the park. Olaana on the left. Wilkes on the right, obviously. Ogilvie, Doyle, and Fitzwater in for this one. Hopefully, we can get a decent result. Now, the formation that they're actually playing, I did look at the start of this episode, because I'm not 100% sold on the formation we're using right now, but it does also seem really counterproductive for me to change that formation, considering it's got us the playoffs. So let's see what EA Football, is that what it's going to be called now? EA Football Club? I think that's what it's going to be called. Let me know what you think about the name change, guys. Is anybody worried that they're going to care about career mode even less now they don't have the license? I don't know. I'm a little bit worried, but I guess we will see as time goes on what will happen. Hopefully, what will happen in this game, though, is we win it quite convincingly. That's a great ball to Wilkes. He's got pace to burn, whipping a good ball. Brad Young was trying to get on the end of it. He's not going to get to it. Pro gets there. Elliott List will win that back. That's great from Elliott List. Lado now. Pro into Brad Young. Knocks it down to Elliott List with a volley. Oh, what a goal. What a setup from Brad Young. And we take the lead very early doors here. This pretty much came out of nothing. I just tapped X and thought, we'll see what happens. Elliott List is finished, is top tier. Elliott List is top tier. Elliott List is a Premiership caliber player. I don't care what anybody says. I had no idea when we signed him from Stevenage that he'd have done it like he has done through the leagues. His injury was massive. We've really missed him. Having him back at crunch time in the season is huge. Mr. Elliott List's 14th goal of the season. And what a goal it was. Brad Young, though, you've got to give him his props. That header on was brilliant. Now, 1-0, you're definitely saying, Yorkie, that's a great start. But if you've seen me on this channel before, And if you're new, we'll let you know. I throw away 1-0s all the time. I need a cushion, and that is exactly what we're going to try and do here with the boys. I need the cushion. It's a necessity. That was a hard word for me to say. I'm not going to lie. Let's get this ball in with Malik Wilks, though. I've kind of only got Lado there, and then the ball in wasn't very good. Akpa, what a season he's had. We did say we would move him on, though. We let him use the club as a stepping stone, which I feel like was the right decision. That's great footwork from Malik Wilks, but I just kind of got myself caught up. But yeah, Akpa probably will leave the club at the end of the year. Ola Aina as well. I said I'd do it. I said I would move them on. Lado here in a good position. I wanted him to score. So I will do it. I think when we create those story narratives, we need to stick to them. And if we do have a player like Doyle, we said if we don't get promoted this season, we will move Doyle on. So I'm really hoping we get promoted. Doyle has been brilliant. Game has kind of just got a little bit stale now. They're not giving me anywhere near as much room as they were in the opening moments. Like the amount of room they were giving me out wide at the start of this game was ridiculous. And our passing hasn't been as smooth. We've started to make 1 or 2 mistakes. I said hasn't been so smooth. That was a great ball. And Lado, that was not far off. That was nearly the spectacular. He scored a few of them in the past. Nearly scored one in the last episode. It was inches. Not even inches. Millimeters. I'm going to say millimeters from going over the line. Here come Forest in what is a very rare attack. And again, not a very good one from them as we can win the ball back and clear it away. Forest have offered absolutely nothing in this game in the first half, but you just know if we don't get a second goal in the second half, they'll offer a lot more. And by a lot more, I mean the goals they need to win the game. That's going to be onside as well to Elliot List, back into Lado. Lado's having a really good season, to be honest with you. His goal output might not be massive, but he's so good on the football. Look at that passing movement there. And that one out to Ola Aina. Ola Aina then whips that one into Brad Young. You just always know there's a chance with Brad Young in the box. Aside from the goal, that first half was absolutely awful. And I don't mind one bit whatsoever because we got the goal. If Nottingham Forest play the same the second half, I will take a 1-0 here all day long. Galloway now, into Lado, into Young. Young then, back across to Elliot List. Look at that turn from Elliot List into the box. Elliot List! And there we go, that is the cushion. And that is Elliot List back. And back to his very best. This man returning from injury could single-handedly mean promotion because he will get the goals that we need in the playoffs. He, without a doubt, and number 9 will get the goals that we need in the playoffs. And although he's on a hat-trick, I'm going to do what any sane person in this situation should do, and I'm going to bring off Elliot List. We're 2-0 up. Forest have been absolutely awful. Timmy Abraham's coming on for him. I'm also going to bring on Morrow because Ola Aina's a little bit tired, and I feel like we need that defensive impact from him more, where with Morrow, he can come on and have a little bit more of an offensive impact because I think in this game right now, they are there for the taking. I think this could be 3 or 4-0. This is a great ball in, though, to Joe Lolly. Just as I said, 3 or 4-0. And, oh, I don't know what Doyle meant to do there, but it's kind of worked out. He puts it out for a corner. I just shouldn't speak. I speak, and then they come to life. And that was a dangerous situation for us to find ourselves in. Mighton there, a player who has been recommended heavily from you boys. Very, very heavily. Lado now spotted a very good run. Can Malik Wilks get onto this? He does. This is what I need from Malik Wilks. And that is superb last-ditch defending from Nottingham Forest. Here come Nottingham Forest. Be a dangerous position. It's not bad balling, but you'd fancy Doyle to get there. And what a save from King. Very unlucky deflection there. They are going to bring off Surridge. I might have said Sturridge a couple of times. I didn't mean it. I meant Surridge. They are going to bring him off. I don't know who they've brought on up top, but Nottingham Forest have certainly turned up the heat a little bit here. Might have a bit of space here. I'm going to have to cut that one back, definitely. Back into Young. Young's going to be tackled. That's actually going to be a free kick. Is this Yorkie's first free kick goal? Pray to the gods that create this game. This, right now, is going to be my first free kick goal. Is it going in? No, it's not. I promise you, we will get one before the end of FIFA 22. There's a good ball across now to Lolly. There's a good ball across again, and Doyle blocks it. But the danger is not over, and I'd love a clean sheet for King. He's had a couple of good saves. That's another great save as well. King is like, I want my clean sheet today. That is an unbelievable save from him. There might even be a break on here now, because I've spotted Morrow there out wide, and he is onside. Morrow just can't cut it in. Their tracking back has been very good in this match. Well, back-to-back wins then for Salford. That was a massive one. Let's see where we actually are in the table after this, but huge match back for Elliot List as well. It's great to see him bagging the goals. That does see us move third, but third doesn't really matter too much. Southampton have got to play yet, but no matter what, it isn't going to change too much. At this stage, we would play against Sheffield United, but all the teams in the playoffs will be difficult matches. We played against Sheffield United. They beat us 3-2. Very difficult. Southampton, unbelievable squad. West Brom, the same situation. So it really doesn't matter where we finish in this playoff picture. It's going to be a rough time regardless. So next up, 24th place, Portsmouth. So this is probably where we slip up. We're going to quick sim it, and hopefully we can make it 3 on the bounce for victories. Hitting form going into the playoffs is huge. Brannigan back in the starting 11, bagging himself a goal. Brad Young and Elliot List seem to be forming a very good partnership. Top of the league, Fulham next. They've got an unbelievable squad. That's why they're top of the league. They're pretty much promoted. I think they win the league today, actually, if they beat us. This is going to be our starting 11. It's very similar. Morrow's going to start in this one, though. I want to see how he gets on. He's been pretty decent for us. And Brannigan stays in the team. No Galloway, no Akpro. But with Brannigan scoring in the last match, I'm going to keep him in the squad. So hopefully Brannigan has a similar performance for me in this game. There is the slimmest of slim chances still of automatic. It is super slim, but we need to win every single game. This one will be the hardest that we have until the playoffs. Now, if we were to get automatic, we have to beat Fulham. This is going to be extremely difficult. I would be 100% lying to you guys, which I don't do, if I said I wasn't nervous for this one. Because I know how difficult it's going to be. This Fulham squad is absolutely ridiculous. And it's only going to have got better since the last time we played them. So I know that this is going to be an extremely difficult game. We still are very much a mid-table championship squad, if that. Like, we don't have that many players that are in the mid to high 70s, which makes this even more difficult. Well, in Morrow, I thought I'd played a perfect ball then back onto Amos, which would have been great for the counter-attack. But so far, it doesn't look like we're going to score in the opening 6 minutes, like we did in the Forest game, which is worrying me, because the more and more we allow them to be in this match, and you've got to remember, Moore is playing in the back line against us today. I was thinking in my head, if we got promoted, maybe we go back in for him, but he's going to get promoted with Fulham anyway, and maybe even be a league champion. And he's in there starting 11. He's getting the game time. Major transfer for us. But it's really going to be sad if he scores against us. I'm hoping he doesn't. No corners, please. No goals for Moore. He scored so many corner goals for us. Well, here we go. The danger man. And this is very, very dangerous because they've got to play it on, and it doesn't matter. I knew that could happen. All they needed was one breakaway, especially on this difficulty, but all they needed was one breakaway. They got it. It was a good through ball. He's so quick and strong. I just couldn't catch it. I didn't have anyone that was quick enough to catch him. And what a finish that is. And that is exactly why Fulham are going to the Premiership. He's bagged 22 goals this season. Did it say 28? I think he said 22. I'm tired. Leave me alone. I think it said 22. We're going to go with it said 22. But this is exactly why Fulham are where they are. We're nowhere near them in terms of quality. Now, I imagine our budget next season will be pretty tasty. And we'd be able to do some damage. Of course, with the sale of Doyle as well, we'd really be able to improve the team if we didn't get promoted. But I'd love to go up from the playoffs, especially considering the season we've had. Brad Young in there, turns, shoots. Oh, he's put it behind the post. I thought that was about to be 1-1. Elliot List wants that. If that's the correct ball, Elliot List will collect it and be fouled, surely. Here we go. Free kick. This is my first goal. Is Brad Young actually our best free kick taker? Like, genuinely, is it? Not really. He's just got the power, doesn't he? He's just got the power. I'm going to let Brannigan have it because he's better at free kicks, but doesn't have the same power. He's also better at curve. So I'm going to put it like there. I'm going to do that. And then we're going to get green. Oh, it's off the post. Are you kidding me? That should have been my first goal. My first free kick. And it's off the post. Literally inches away on that one. Here come Fulham. This is well moved. And Doyle perfectly placed. King will grab that gracefully. Things out wide. It's poor ball for Morrow. Morrow's not really had the impact I wanted him to have. His close ball control has been good. Been missing a bit of a final pass here and there, but at half-time, it's going to be 1-0 Fulham. Naily, ever so naily from that free kick. Was it 1-1? And Brad Young missing a really good opportunity. Well, we're only moments into the second half, and we don't look too good. We had moments, though, didn't we, in that first half? I'm just contemplating what we could do here. Substitution-wise, oh my God. That wasn't far off. I feel like we had enough bodies in the way, though. I'm starting to think and question what we should do substitution-wise. We haven't really got Elliott List into a goal-scoring position. We need to find a way to do that, if at all possible, because their midfield has just absolutely bust me today. So we'll ping that one to Lado. We just can't get out of our feet, can we? I mean, he didn't really have anywhere to go. Please let me swap to Doyle. Please let me swap to Doyle. Oh my God, EA, please sort out the player swap. Several times, just let me be Doyle. So double sub. We're going to bring Wilkes on the left. See what impact he can have. I'm hoping he has a big impact. Use his pace to our advantage. And his physicality. And then I didn't put Akpa on the bench because I'm an idiot. So it's going to be Kelly coming on and Brannigan dropping a little bit deeper, playing that more defensive midfield duty. And if they score here, though, that will be game, set, and match. Is he onside? He is. 2-0 Fulham. And game over, and that's why they're going to be crowned champions. But we did dare to dream of automatic, and I knew this match was going to be extremely difficult. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that they are miles above us in terms of squad quality. So I knew this one would be hard. I was just hoping for a little bit more. The game could have gone differently if that free kick goes in, Brad Young's chance goes in. It's a different match, but we have struggled. Kelly, it's going to be a good ball. It's a good ball. Into Brad Young. This is going to have to be good. Brad Young! Oh, he's put it over the bar! That was another moment for him. I know it was a tight angle, but at least worked the goalkeeper. And he's put it just over. There come Fulham, and they don't need many opportunities, so it could have been nail in the coffin here, to be honest with you. That was poor from Wilkes. He gets wrong side of him as well. Carvalho, here we go. It is going to be nail in there. Oh, my God. How? Okay. I have no idea how that wasn't a goal. But I am not going to complain. Right across our net, and it doesn't find the back of the net in the end. To Marvin, who is absolutely knackered. But if he can whip a good ball in, it wasn't. I am worried about this performance from Marvin going into the playoffs. We've got Malik Wilkes who can play on the right-hand side, but this one here against Fulham, he needs to be someone who can stand up a little bit and be noticed. And it's been so evident in this one that he can't do it. Brad Young is in again here. Brad Young again. And this time he does find the back of the net. There might just be time to maybe get a draw. But if we're being honest, for automatic, we needed... All right, just celebrate, Brad Young. For automatic, we needed to win this game. We'll go down as an assist for Mr. Elliott List as well, which he thoroughly deserves. But, I mean, we'll see if we get the ball back here in any situation. Usually, the AI on Ultimate is smart enough. Doyle's won the ball back, though. Go on then, Elliot. I can't get it to him. Brannigan has now been bossed around by So. And my entire midfield has just been completely outworked today. And the fact that the player swap is still as bad as it is. Oh, heartbreak. We went for it. Brannigan gets caught on the ball. Sloppy from him. And again, I mean, it all stems from us losing the ball in the midfield. And it's just because we've been bossed in midfield today. Physically... and aggression-wise, they've just completely outdone us. That was a good ball back across as well. It really was. This is just proving to me that we are not this caliber yet. And there was a very valid point made in the comments. I think you'll struggle in the Premiership. And of course, I think we will struggle as well. Our highest-rated player, well, our joint highest-rated player, is on loan from Aston Villa. He's not even our player. Fulham have a squad made up of the majority of 78 to 80 rated players. I mean, this is always going to be the struggle. Now, this is just a little bit worrying. They're telling me that Brad Young's loan is set to expire. If that expires before the playoffs, I am going to lose my mind. Here we go then. 21st place, Plymouth Argyle. Quick sim, where I'm hoping we're going to pick up the victory. Oh my God, we lose 2-0. Wow, so automatic really was never on the cards. We knew it was a really slim chance, but losing to Plymouth there like that is really worrying. Sheffield United are only 3 points away from us, but I am pretty sure mathematically now We are in the playoffs. That's done and dusted. And yeah, that is the case. The final league game of the season then, and the final game of this episode, we will do an end of season roundup in this one before we head to the playoffs. And at this moment in time, we're going to be playing against Sheffield United. So that will be difficult because they beat us 3-2 very recently. This is the Luton squad. They're 18th in the league, but I'm pretty sure they're already safe. It's done and dusted down there. We are going pretty much full strength. I've given Kelly the game today. Apart from that, it's pretty much as you would expect. Hopefully, we can take our chances in this one. We have been miles better against the teams that are similar in quality or worse in quality as us in the league. It's just there's so many good teams. And I'm nervous for the three that come down because if we don't get promoted, any of the three that come down most likely will be able to beat us. I think it's going to have to be a big transfer window to have a good enough squad to get automatic. And then we're just rolling the dice in the playoffs. That wasn't a bad ball on from Young. Malik Wilkes has got pace. It's just how much pace does he have? And not enough to go beyond his man. Atpro did brilliantly there to win that back. Elliot List might be in over the top. Elliot List is in over the top. What a touch. What a goal. That's just what he brings. And we never really got that opportunity for him against Fulham. We couldn't find the pass. We really struggled in midfield. And that moment right there, that ball from Lado is just prime Lado, to be 100% honest with you. And then just perfection from Elliot List. He's so good at this, getting in behind. It's a great touch to compose himself. And again, a lovely finish. He could be the difference maker in the playoffs, but we're going to have to rock with a midfield that can keep the ball and that can get on the ball and make quick decisions. I think Galloway and Atpro will definitely be our starting midfield when it comes to it. That might be another lovely ball in behind to Elliot List. Is this going to be another? It's not. Couldn't really find the angle we needed there, but they're just already showing Lado what he can do with Elliot List back on the pitch. Did see that with Ricky J. Jones, though, as well. To be fair, that was bloody reckless. And he's going to injure Kelly. Kelly's not the biggest of losses, though, is he? He hasn't had the world's greatest season. He's been all right. He's 19. We have to remember with the youth academy players, they're still extremely young. It's Atpro. He's found Elliot List. Elliot List footwork there. Look at that from Elliot List. Oh, and then back into Brad Young. He's going to be quick on it. What a block. I don't think Moreno knew much about it, but he did get in the way of it. Olaina now. He got himself room, didn't he, Olaina there? That's not a bad ball in. It needed to be a better cross, but that wasn't bad from him. He made himself a lot of space. The ball hasn't gone out, so I haven't been able to make the substitution yet. So Kelly's still on the pitch, but he's playing relatively well to say he's injured, but this is a big moment for Luton. And it'll be put beyond the post. Now the sub can be made. Brannigan comes on. We're hoping it's not going to be a big injury, obviously. Going to go up there to Elliot List. Elliot List there wanted Brad Young. Didn't have it. Went out to Olaina. Didn't have the pass for that either, unluckily. Atpro. Go on then, Young. It's not a bad ball. It's going to land. Young! And there we go. We will get our second just before half-time. It's Brad Young this time with the goal. So one for List, one for Young. 2-0 Salford City. And that is the kind of goal and performance I need from the lads. What a perfect time to score as well, just before the half, giving ourselves that nice cushion that we need to hopefully see us through this match. I believe it will also guarantee that we play Sheffield United. So West Brom will play against Southampton, and I do imagine that we would be playing Southampton in the final if we were to make it there, because we already know how good Sheffield United are. They've got that wonder kid as well, which makes life even more difficult. Lado there's going to ping that one across. Brannigan then, back across to Olaina. Wasn't the greatest of headers. We're just trying to create something out of nothing there. Oh, Doyle steps up to win that. That is so good from him. Is Elliot List going to be in again here? He is going to be in again! And it's going to be a great save from Hermassen. Plays it into Elliot List. Good footwork from Elliot. Good footwork. Back across to Brad Young. Why did it change me to Lado? I wasn't even controlling Brad Young there. I have no idea why. Brannigan from distance. Oh, what a save. Well, we really are dominating this one, and we probably should dominate it because you have to think about who we are and who they are, and Olaina there. That would have been spectacular from that position. Well, I want to make some subs. I've got to be honest. I want to bring off some of the bigger hitters, make some subs, but the ball has not gone out of play. It's been absolutely back and forth. This could be dangerous. Elliot List now could be played in. Elliot List from this position Elliot List. Oh my God, he's just beyond the post. And I put my house on him finding the back of the net there. That's going to be his and Lano's last action of the game, though. We're going to bring on Ricky J. Jones and McNeil to see this one out. Well, Brad Young is going to be given the ball there. Ricky J. Jones. Him to Malik Wilkes. Back across there to Brad Young. And what a save. Luton could have lost this 6 or 7-0 if it weren't for the keeper. Gets it out wide. Olaina. Back to the edge of the box, and that was a lovely decision from him, and that was a great ball from Brad Young, and Ricky J. Jones comes on and does make it 3-0. I feel for the keeper. He's been unreal. Maybe we should be looking at Amason because he's someone who could maybe fill the gap for King. I'm not sure. I'm okay with our keeper situation, to be fair, at the moment, but this is a great ball from Brad Young. He's really finding form as well, and Ricky J. Jones needs these goals. And there we go then. That's the final whistle. I genuinely think it could have been an absolute cricket score in that one. It wasn't. It was a very good result, though, especially going into the playoffs. Will fill us with confidence that if we can put in performances like that, we will get promoted. This will be the final standings then in the championship this season. Fulham with a whopping 103 points this season. Unbelievable year for them. They get promoted automatically with Brighton. We will be playing Sheffield United in the playoffs. Recently lost 3-2 to them, but it was a really good game of football. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. They're going to be extremely difficult to go beyond. Let's see who got relegated, though. It will be Portsmouth, Blackpool, and Birmingham City all going down. We don't quite yet know, though, who's going to be relegated from the Premiership. We do know that, again, Norwich will be relegated to the Championship. And then it's between Burnley, Swansea City, Leeds. I think Bournemouth are safe at this stage. But it does look like it will be Swansea and Burnley as well. Now, I did have an injury in that one. Lewis Kelly. He's going to be out for 4 weeks. Again, I don't think he would have started in the playoffs. He would have been someone good to have on the bench. But Brannigan looked pretty decent in that game when he come on. So I'm not too worried. I am worried that Brad Young's going to be recalled, like before the playoff final or something, and we need him. We will take a cheeky look at the youth academy as well. This is what it's looking like at this current moment in time. There are a few very, very good players here, Bowen being one of the big ones, that we might promote. In fact, I'm going to do it right now. Tony Fly is going to be promoted because he's 68 rated overall already. I'm going to promote him to the senior team. But the rest of the players, we're going to mull over. We're going to make a decision. Like, will Alex Morgan be good enough? Maybe we bring him up and then loan him out. We'll kind of make those decisions as time goes on. And of course, next season, I need your feedback on where we send the scouts. We still have not got any decent English youth academy players, really, if we're being honest. This is the stats for the season, though, and I mentioned it earlier. We get promoted. Arguably, our best player this season, Brad Young, 18 goals, 12 assists. He's been an absolute stud of a loan signing. Don't get me wrong, I think Elliot List would have more goals if he hadn't got injured, but still, for the guy that's supposed to be playing as the big man, not the goal getter, he's been clutch. He's only 22 as well, 77 rated. So I think we need to sign him, but he's just going to cost a lot now. And if we don't get promoted, well, definitely not. And that's going to be a hole that we need to fill. Elliot List with 17 goals, 5 assists in only 25 appearances. He's gone up by 2 this season. And then Ricky J. Jones had an unbelievable start to the season, but a bit of a disappointing drop-off. But he's only 22, and we've still got a lot of faith in him. And Mr. Doubt Me Now, he may only be 67 rated. He may not have improved one bit whatsoever, but he scored 13 goals this season. For a man that's not costing us much whatsoever, that doesn't complain when he's sat on the bench, he's going absolutely nowhere. He fits the team perfectly. It's Timmy Abraham with 13 goals and 4 assists. Unbelievable season. We will go through the squad real quick, see who's gone up, who's gone down. Harley Coates has gone up 4 on loan, so potential that we maybe try and edge him into the team next season, but again, he's still only 17, so it would be chucking him in the deep end. A list, as we know, up 2, Abraham none, Young went up by 4, Ricky J. Jones 3, Morrow's gone up by 2 this year. I think what we have to remember with Morrow, he's not played tons this year. He has played, but not tons. He is still only 22. Oliver Hannah went up by 3 out on loan, now 71 rated. So we are getting to the stage with both of these, Yannick Lejeune and Oliver Hannah, that one of them may stay next season and play in that right midfield position. Can we keep hold of Marvin? Maybe that's why his performances have dropped off because he's ready to be moved on elsewhere. Riley Slater did not improve and most likely will just be sold. Malik Wilk went up by 1. Ryan Rikes is someone who I promoted earlier in the season to stop him from leaving the club. He's someone who will be loaned out at next season. Marvin up by 4 to 76, and exactly what I say. I don't know how long we can keep hold of him. He's not happy with his contract, but he's already one of the top earners at the club, and we can't really afford to give him this massive blockbuster contract. So maybe Marvin's time has come. I need to see what's going to happen, yeah? If we get promoted, then he can have a big contract. Lado up by 2 this season. McNeil up by 1. I was hoping to see a little bit more growth from John McNeil at the age of 20 now. He's still a fairly decent squad player, but I'm not sure he's going to be here in the long haul. Pro at the age of 32 has gone up by 1. I know we're going to sell him because we said we'd let him use the club as a stepping stone, but he's been brilliant. Galloway has been the standout young academy player this year, though. I'm actually going to go and give him a new contract now. He's gone up by 4. Kelly up by 2. And again, we're in a position with Kelly where we need to figure out what we want to do with him. He's not currently too happy at the club. He's not getting the game time he thought he would do. He wants a new contract as well with a pay rise. Is now the time that we get rid of him. Brannigan up by 1. Murphy up by 2, but I think Lance Murphy's time at the club will be done. We'll sell him permanently. Up by 2 for Amos. Again, another player that wants a new contract. We're going to have to make some decisions with some of these players. We know Tribal's leaving. Tony Fly, who we just promoted. Civic has not gone up at all, but he did have his injury issues. Doyle up by 3. And we've already said if we don't get promoted, Doyle will be sold. Fitzwater up by 1. Wolfenden up by 2. Ogilvie not up at all, but he's been very good for us this season. Marky Boy has only gone up by 1. Olaina not up at all again, treating the club as a stepping stone, so he's going to go. So it's going to be a major turnover if we don't get promoted, or even if we do get promoted, there's going to be major turnover. Tom King up by 2, by the way. Unbelievable stuff from him. And then the 2 young goalkeepers that we loaned out. Both of these could be the future of that position. Both 18. Cook has got up by 5. Rice up by 7 out on loan. That's going to be it then for this episode, but we do have one more, of course, just to finish off this season as a playoff special. You'll see 2 games against Sheffield United and potentially us in a final at Wembley. We will just see what happens. Wish me luck, lads. Appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new around here, smash the sub button. I really do appreciate the support. Smash the like button as well. It helps the videos be seen by more people. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the playoff episode. Let me know down below if you think we're going to do it, if we're going to get promoted, or you think it's just a step too far for the current squad that we've got. But I love you, I'll leave you, and I'll see you in the next one.